What up, what up, what up, what up, Doe? What up, Doe? Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm your host, Raptalk, MC, Master of Ceremony. Wipe your feet off at the door. I appreciate you for tuning in. We're about to get busy. Detroit is on fire. Hold on, what extinguisher at? Detroit is on fire. I'm talking about positive energy. If you're watching this on Facebook, what up, though? Watching this on YouTube, definitely wipe your feet off at the door. Thought I was gonna be late, but I still made 6 o'clock. We on ghetto time, ghetto poetry readings. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna get into a couple of poems. We're gonna talk about the city. We're gonna talk about the things that's going on. We're gonna look forward a little bit, try to explain a little bit of this energy that's circulating, especially for those who's not from Detroit and maybe watching or tuning in from somewhere else and curious about what's going on and trying to understand like the whole just resurge of just energy in Detroit. I mean, it's just powerful. I got, like I say again, I got a couple of poems I'm gonna get into also. So just relax, kick back, enjoy the storytelling and just the views and opinion of one that's amongst it and still growing and seeing the difference in the whole city. And of course, look at these couple of things out the way. Definitely get the merchandise. If you like this shirt that I got on right now, you can get these. If you in the city, you can deal. You got different colors. They going though. They going. We got them. Either you can DM me, email, or what is the other ways? Oh yeah. Or definitely if you're on YouTube, I'm gonna put the link up. I'm gonna pin it to the top of the comments. So then that way you can just order it that way and get it delivered to you directly. But if you're in the city, again, like I say, I just pull up on you and swoop up on you and drop you one off. They're going though, and I appreciate everybody that's been getting the merch also. And everybody that's down with the team and supporting the whole movement. Intelligence is sexy. It's a movement, it's the energy, and it's a part of the whole resurge of Detroit that we've been talking about. And the things that's happening. Of course, we got the Lions too. I had it with my D hat too. I usually have on my Raptalk poetry hat. Got on the D, the Tigers. And that's what's crazy. A lot of people see the D hat. Of course, if you're not black, first thing they think about the Tigers. They think about the Tigers. No, I don't. I ain't gonna say I don't care about the Tigers, but no, this is just for the D, just period. Just Detroit just as a whole energy. That's what this is for. I mean, even though I do remember, I was very young when the Tigers won the Super Bowl. If I recall, I think it was 1984. 84, that was the year when the Detroit Tigers won the World Series. That's back we had Tiger Stadium, all that going on. I do remember that. I remember the Tigers winning. I remember the Red Wings winning. Because I want to say they swept a couple of teams. Red Wings was winning for a while. And I definitely remember when the Pistons won. What was it, 89 and 90, back to back. The Bad Boys, of course, Detroit Bad Boys, Chuck Daly, all that, the whole the whole squad and energy of that. And now we got the Lions, who are a winning team. That's why I say this all going to tie in as you just listening. And as I'm kicking it, Detroit is actually on fire. Let me go and get on Instagram too while I'm here. Let me set this up because Instagram, they were showing me some love last week when I got on here. It was people chiming in. So bear with me. Let me go live on Instagram also. Oh, I don't want to do that because there was some people on Instagram giving me feedback. Of course, YouTube. Like I said, I appreciate everybody wherever you're watching this from. I'm streaming live right now from YouTube, Facebook. I'm about to go live on Instagram too, IG. I already told y'all about my love-hate relationship with all these sites, but hey, you need this shit. If you ain't got this if you ain't got all the entities or using all these for the betterment of putting yourself out there, it's not going to help. I mean, you know, you're doing yourself a disservice, you know. So let's go live on IG too, and I'm gonna get into a couple of poems. Let me make sure my bottom half ain't showing too much on here. Shit, damn. Ah! I mean, because I do got some clothes on, but I got on. I had to rush. I didn't really want to put that on, so we didn't too sure how to set this up to where it still be right. We gonna make it work though. Bear with me. I know time is valuable. I tell y'all this every time. We know time is valuable. We know time and energy is real and valuable, and it's real in the field. We know that. But we about to go live on IG too. Again, wipe your feet off at the door. Share this video to make the channel grow. You understand? All right. I got y'all. So where we at? I'm gonna get into a couple of poems and pieces too. And what I'm definitely gonna do also too, because I heard about a little bit of feedback too. I heard people talking about the whole, you know, Detroit versus everybody, like where that comes from. We're gonna get into that a little bit too, especially for the people who ain't from Detroit. Because I heard it been a lot of, not gonna say a lot of controversy, but it been a little bit of controversy about what a whole Detroit versus everybody. Because Detroit is on fire. Again, like I say, if you in the city, you can sink the whole resurgence. What up, IG? I just came on IG. I'm on YouTube also. Blair's in the building. OG, I'll be checking out your show. East Coast. Nikki, everybody. But this whole Detroit versus everybody thing, what a lot of people don't know is Detroit back was up against the wall for so many years. And when I say years, it was, okay, what you're seeing now is the whole resurgence of energy that Detroit is having with the football, the sports, the city, the whole everything that came here, and all the different people that moved here, and people from other cities who came and brought land here and stuff like that. It was all in the making. It was all in the plan. With the whole, I mean, I got a poem about it too. It's called They Say. I'm gonna do that piece too. It's called They Say. When all that Kwame shit was going on, and the whole city council and all that, and everybody was trying to scare people away from Detroit, talking about Detroit is a dangerous place to invest in and live and all of that. It was all in the making to just clean house. I mean, just straight up, just start over. And I'm not a big political buff or political figure, or I mean, this is just living here. You were just able to see it. You was able to see the casino came and took so much shit, a lot of money, a lot of houses, and all of that. And what happened? Vacant land somewhere everywhere. And then what happened a couple years later? All of these different, I mean, the average price right now to live in Detroit in a one-bedroom apartment is about 15 to 2, about somewhere between 15 to 2 racks a month. Easy. I'm talking about like in Midtown. And I know other cities and places like NY, you know, and other places, LA, I know we're not competing with that just yet. But as far as what Detroit is doing and how it's moving and where it's headed, if you ain't getting no money, you ain't about to be living here. I mean, straight up. I mean, it's just real. If you ain't getting no bread, you know what I'm saying? Because it's really getting cheaper to live out in the suburbs. I mean, on the outskirts, all the places where people who used to have and get money, where they used to go to get out the city, the price of everything down there is like declining. You understand? And then the closer you get to downtown, the prices and the races is up. You barely gonna be able to afford to live there. And then we got, not only with this whole Super Bowl that's going on, if some don't recall or know, the draft is here this year. That's bringing money into the city. With this whole Lions and everything winning, everybody eats off this. That's why it's powerful, because everybody's going to eat off this. The restaurant's going to eat off this. The club's going to eat off this. the Uber drivers, the restaurants, the bars, shit, the strippers. I mean, the parking. Parking is ridiculous. I mean, everybody eats off events and winning, and that's what bringing more to the city. We just had the concert, Young Dog, 42 Doug. I ain't gonna say he one of my favorites, but I gotta respect it, and I gotta apologize publicly because I did not know he was about to do what he did at Little Caesars Arena and get all those different rappers to come out. Now I don't know if they just did this off the fly and everybody just started coming in, you know, as he got closer to the show. You had Meek Mill come, you had Lil Durk, Lil Baby, Yo Gotti, all these different artists and rappers came out to this show for this young man. I apologize. I did not know 42 Doug, 42 Doug was about to sell out this arena, how all these different people just come. I mean, 'cause I didn't think Yo Gotti can do it, so I definitely didn't think 42 can do it by itself. But respect, Detroit is on fire. That's why I titled this video. For the ones that's watching this on IG, this is also streaming on YouTube right now. And that's why I say Detroit is on fire. That's why I titled this. But I know I'm a little bit all over the place. I know I'm talking the political side of it, but I'm gonna get into a poem of peace though, because I'm gonna go back to the Kwame shit. Because respect to him. And I also heard this too. I don't know how true this is, but I don't know if I should repeat this headline I just saw. Because you know how you be scrolling, you see a headline, but I know you should read it before you speak on it. But I'm gonna go out here and just say it. I read a headline. Now, I'm gonna say I read a headline. Kwame White just bought a house here. So I guess Kwame on his way back to the city. I guess he can. I don't know what the whole things was. Wow. It's on print. I just saw it earlier today. Like I say, I'm just scrolling. I didn't read the whole article, but I did see the headline that his wife and brought some property here. Kwame wife and brought some property here. So possibly Kwame probably on his way back, probably have the paperwork, everything clear up down there in Atlanta or whatever. He can come back to the town, do what he do. And Kwame was a big surge in this. He was that first hip hop mayor. He definitely had a lot of potential. There was a lot of things going on. I can't say that they wanted to push him out. I can't say the whole gist of behind the scenes of how it really went down, but he definitely was the face of making this whole resurgence happening. And they got him out the way, and now everybody else gets the credit for all these things. He probably didn't seen. Some of this he probably can talk about and not talk about. I don't know. But like I said, again, I saw some headlines that his wife didn't brought a house out here, so he might be on his way back. But I'm gonna get into this piece though. I wrote called They Say though. Mind you, I wrote this poem like years ago. This was like when all that shit was really going on, when everybody was shitting on Detroit. I remember even on Dateline, one of them shows, they did a big old hoopla, half an hour special talking about how don't go to Detroit and how Detroit is this, don't invest in it. I remember that shit vividly. I remember it. I remember they had a TV show, Detroit 187. I mean, when that show didn't last too long, but I remember they had that. You know, like I say, the whole Kwame stuff. And that's why I want to get to the root of this. This is where the whole Detroit versus everybody shit came from, because people was feeling like, why is everybody talking about us in a bad way? And why everybody saying don't go to Detroit, or Detroit is this, Detroit is that. And I don't want to throw the name out there because I don't remember my man's name off top. But anybody out there know it, then y'all can put it in the comments. The one that started the whole Detroit versus everybody with the t-shirts and went with the sweaters and the hoodies and all that. Now I see other cities doing it. Other people be like such and such versus everybody. He started that. But I want to get credit where it's due, but I can't think of his name. But respect to him. But the energy of that come from all the shit that was going on when everybody turned their backs on Detroit. That's where that whole Detroit versus everybody really come from. It wasn't about no street shit. It wasn't about no fighting. It wasn't about no let's have city wars and no shit like that. It was about respect to Detroit, and Detroit got something to say. And like that's how the South got something to say, Detroit has something to say. And it's all coming into the making right now. But let me get into this piece though that I had wrote back then. Like I say, man, I wrote it years ago back then, but it's still new and true. So listen to me. It's called They Say. They say my city's in a crisis. Shouldn't be like this. $1 million churches, but the hood ain't righteous. I write this kind of poem with Kwame in mind. Would the media destroy him if he wasn't my kind? Because a few years ago he was praised. Many was afraid just because of his age. Front page, every issue, there's another scandal. The city got a budget that the mayor can't handle. The sister would never tell the truth, admit it. And there'll never be another Coleman Young, forget it. Got people in disguise telling lies and stories. $1 million condos that ain't built for me. Seem like the end of Black Detroit is getting closer and closer. All the whites moving back, trying to change my culture. They think we all foolish pimps and hoes. But fuck the man, fuck the system, put yourself in control, you know? They say. That's that poem of peace. I'm gonna go back to that though. Like I said, I wrote that in rhythm. I say, got people in disguise telling lies and stories. $1 million condos that ain't built for me. Seems like the end of Black Detroit is getting closer and closer. All the whites moving back, trying to change my culture. They think we all foolish pimps and hoes. Well, fuck the man, fuck the system. Put yourself in control, you know? They say. That's that poem of peace. Snap, 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 snaps. Be sure to like the video, share the video, wherever you're watching this from. We got Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and YouTube. I appreciate all that's tuning in. I'm gonna get into a couple of more pieces though. Ghetto poetry reads. Say I'm gonna commit to the 20s and 30s, but life be lifing though. Where my water at? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, life be lifing. I mean, the power of independence is already real and abundant within itself. But you know, handling business and doing things and adjusting and having to create and doing it at will and doing what you love and setting time and making time for it. It shows discipline, but it still is a powerful tool though. Get with that though. I got a couple other poems and pieces I'm gonna get into, ghetto poetry reading. Like I say, I want to theme this whole around Detroit being on fire. Shout out to the Lions, man. We gonna do what we gonna do this weekend. Going out to the Bay Area, proving them all wrong, and just grinding. This give out a good energy. It's crazy how sports and all that could just, I mean, it make you even just more friendlier and all that. I've been, you get to speaking to strangers and all types of shit. I get all types of what up those and conversations or whatever. It's really a different energy. I see how sports and all that stuff incline to relationships and building people and building character. It really helps in work, whether you in it playing the sports or, I mean, you could just feel a different energy when you're on a winning team and you have a winning team. I mean, that's I mean, energy just circulate like that. That is how life works though. But anyway, let me see how I'm gonna take it. Let's get into a little bit of motivation. I'm gonna get into this one piece I wrote called "Stop Asking for Permission." How much time we in? We 20 minutes in? Damn, easy. Man, time go by quick. I'm gonna stay on here for a good 30. That's gonna be the episodes. But I'm gonna do this piece I wrote called "Stop Asking for Permission." Cause most need to do that. We need to get in tune, like believe in yourself and, you know, see the shit as it's in progress. Understand, like, you don't need permission for independence. You don't need permission to do the things that you always thinking about. Just take that first step, jump, leap, do it. Listen to me. And plus, we all come from different backgrounds and all that. Listen to me. These people don't think like you. Don't get caught up in perception. We was raised in the ghetto. They wasn't. You see, they don't understand this hood rejection. The reflection of looking in my son's eyes when I have to tell him that I can't. Should I feel defeated or go the extra mile and sacrifice my life, even if my mind's about to go blank? No question. I lived and seen the results of making the wrong decisions. And once I got back on my feet, I knew what I didn't want to go back to dwelling in or living in. Enough of the police. Enough of these streets. Gas prices got us trapped. We can't even drive miles to find decent food to eat. Listen to me. Now, if I ran in your office with my mask ready to blast, am I considered a hood savior or the one that's going out on a toe tag? Both. And I quote, so call me the GOAT. Get yours. Stop asking for permission. Because the answer is always no. Stop asking for permission. Raptalk, that's that poem piece. Stop asking for permission, y'all. Get yours. Stay solid. Believe. Everybody ain't got that same background as you. Everybody ain't got that story. Everybody got that do-will, that know-how, all of that. Detroit is on fire. I told y'all that. That's what I titled this video for those that's watching this on other entities besides YouTube. I said Detroit is on fire. We got now. Detroit got now. And this ain't just all about the Lions. We got the rapping. I didn't even talk about the Tubi movies. Did I get into that? I didn't even jump on that for a couple of minutes. We got that too. I mean, y'all can say what y'all want to say. You can say you don't watch them. You can say they ghetto. You can say they hood. No. Tubi movies is making money. Somebody collecting off that. If Tubi, listen, it's a business. It's levels. And Detroit is holding that whole court. Like I said, you can call them the ghetto movie. I remember rap videos used to be like that. Detroit rap videos. I spoke on this before a couple of times, but I remember when Detroit rap videos used to be considered homemade, or people be like, oh, them homemade videos, them homemade rap videos. Now look at everybody videos, straight up with a camera. Tubi on lock. That's right, Anisi. Appreciate you for tuning in on YouTube. She say Tubi on lock. Oh, she on Facebook. I'm sorry. Well, what up? It's all in the making. It's all here. You in the building. Shout out to you. Detroit got Tubi on lock. For sure. The hood movie. We got more of a variety coming. The comedies, the hood flicks, the love stories. Even though some of the stories could get a little bit more widespread or whatever, it don't matter. It's giving job. It's giving opportunity. It's giving eyeballs on Detroit. I'm gonna get into this poem of piece I wrote. Speaking of Detroit, and what's the first thing everybody from Detroit think of? I mean, outside of Detroit. What's the first thing they always bring up or think about, especially as far as entertainment? What's the first thing? I know y'all know this. I'm gonna give y'all a 5-second countdown. What's the first thing people say when they think about Detroit? If somebody ain't from here. I guess it depends on what age bracket you in. But one of the first things we was always held to the standard of for so many years. We kind of finally getting out the shadows of it. It's Motown. Ding! Yeah, Motown. That's what we was always in the shadows of for so many years, of what Berry Gordy did and what Motown did. Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Diana Ross, Four Top, Temptations. We can go on and on with all the different artists. But that's what we was always in the shadows of for so many years, just Motown. Then of course, as years goes on, you got your Eminems, your this, your that, your sports, your all these other things. But when it came to just entertainment as a whole, we was always in the shadows of Motown. I'm gonna get into this poem and piece I wrote because this was 2019. I was a finalist in the competition, which is called Motown Mike, that's given by Motown Museum. And I happened to be one of the top 10 finalists, and it was a poem I had to write that was inclined to Motown. So I'm gonna get into it. What did I used to title this poem? I ain't did it in so long. I'm gonna read this off the ink though. For some of it, most of it I do remember, but I'm still gonna break it down to you. Listen to this story, when I can say a story. Listen to this poem I wrote about Motown. Let me drink a little bit of this water first. History facts. Before the communication through music, most suffered alone. Ghetto kids played in poverty as the music sets the tone. 1959, 1960, the world was about to shift quickly. All from an $800 loan that would leave one man's dream unempty. The streets heard violence. America was forcing segregation. But little did they know the tunes these tens was creating was going to break down that separation. Universal language. You see, we dance in the streets to love one another. We travel back and forth through time to this day, but we still can't sit still while hearing the rhythms of the Funk Brothers. Marvin words was timeless. Michael and his brothers set me free. I dare you to close your eyes, listen to this poem, tap into your inner visions. You'll probably see what Stevie see. And that's life. The never-ending chapter that Motown captured. From police hits to music hits, we still uprise and came out on top of after. And that's powerful. Creating the legacy a little different from the norm. So I stand here in the shadows to perform this poem for the same reason the Black Forum was formed. To inspire. Berry Gordy Dreams was trying to teach us that the power is in the conscious to have a voice and don't be speechless. You see, the sacrifice and the lives lost didn't go in vain. Cause ain't no mountain high enough for me to reach my higher ground. So the spirit remains. Motown. That's that piece, y'all. Bang, 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 bang. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Ghetto Poetry Reading. Again, don't forget to get the merch. Intelligence is sexy. Get up on that. Get with that. Share the video to make the channel grow. Tell a friend to tune in. Building and creating positive energy, spread the word, and motivating, stand focused, and trying our best to stay blessed. I can't even get it out. Stay disciplined. We're blessed in that too. I'll get with y'all in a minute. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. One single. Rose, what up, baby? I'm on YouTube also, but I'll get with y'all in a minute. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Raptalk. I'm gonna go out on YouTube first.